She is a four-year member of the program and is a three-time PSAC Scholar Athlete. Adriana is majoring in health sciences. Next, senior Caroline Mercer. Caroline is a native of Shadyside, Ohio, and is the daughter of Eric and Carissa Mercer. She is a two-year member of the program after previously playing 2 seasons at Bethany. Caroline is majoring in health sciences. Next, senior Taylor Pasco. Taylor is a native of Stockdale, Pennsylvania, and is the daughter of Robert and Renee Pasco. She is a four-year member of the program and is a three-time PSAC Scholar Athlete. Taylor is a double major in accounting and finance with a minor in personal financial planning. Taylor Pasco. And finally, senior Elisa Ruggiero. Elisa is a native of Italy and is the daughter of Paolo Ruggiero and Liliana Zamberlin. She is a four-year member of the program and is a two-time All-PSAC West second-team selection. Elisa is majoring in integrated business with minors in digital marketing and economics. Elisa Ruggiero. We would also like to take this time to recognize a senior for IUP, number 22, Riley Brown. Please join us in thanking these 4 special members for their contributions to the program.
hello everyone, and welcome inside the Convocation Center on a special night of PSAC Volleyball Senior Day, where the California Vulcans get set for one last home game in front of their fans. I'm JJ Robinson, joined by Victoria Lang, and tonight isn't just another matchup. It's a celebration of the players who have poured years of grit, leadership, and passion into this program.
For the seniors, this court has been home, where careers were built, rivalries were fought, and memories were made. And as they take the floor tonight, they'll do it with the same fire that's defined their journey from day one.
But don't mistake this emotion for softness. There's so much to play for within just the PSAC alone. California has a chance to make a run in the PSAC playoffs, just on that very edge of being able to play. If they win out tonight, those odds go up even higher, especially with a conference win. Just a lot to play for tonight. Play for the fans, play for their family, but also play for the seniors. Make their last home game one to remember. That's something seniors will remember for the rest of their lives, no matter what sport you play in. Even within high school to college, even pro players, their last moment on a court at home is something that people remember for the entire lives. So California looking to make one more amazing memory tonight.
Exactly.
As we have it, IUP in gray, California in black, and the first point goes to California. Going back to serve for the Vulcans is Casey Meek. Meek's serve is high, up and over, dug out by the libero for IUP. Set up to the middle of the court, close side, tipped. Mercer with the diving effort is over the net successfully. Set up now to the close side of the court, over the block, off of Casey Meek, and that will be an IUP point. IUP goes back to serve. And ball served up and over, dug out by Mercer. Favada sets, and that is towards the far back row. Unsuccessful there. IUP with one more hit to get it over. Mercer's Favada, kill by Norfolk, is unsuccessful. Ruggiero, unsuccessful there. Setting up to the far side now. Kill is in play. Call goes to California. Two different calls. The call ending up going for California. Some substitutions right away. Kayla Pasco, 4-year senior for the Vulcans, going back for the serve. Looks like the disagreement between the officials is getting a quick review before they officially give it off.
It's a difficult decision to make because it's fast, and it looked like it hit the corner, so it could have been on the line or right outside it.
Looks like possibly rotation issue they could be discussing.
Serving for California, number 10.
And there we go. It is confirmed officially, and it will be Caroline Mercer back to serve. Ball served up and over. Low dig by the libero. Set up. Kill attempt unsuccessful. Bumped up by Favada to Ruggiero. Unsuccessful there, though. Kill attempt coming from the far side, but Mercer is there. Gets it directly back over the net as it's a set and a close side kill attempt. Pasco there for it. Favada sets to Wiseman. Wiseman off the hands. Step to the middle, close attack, and that just comes off of Lindsay Scammell awkwardly dropping for IUP. The libero for IUP will go back to serve. Ball served up and over, dug out by Caroline Mercer. Favada sets to Wiseman. Wiseman been on fire all year, and she continues it in their last home game.
That just was sent to the back row, and it flew off the hands outside the court.
Olivia Wiseman, freshman phenom, back to serve, is up and over, dugout. Set up, fake kill attempt coming off the hands of Scammell, landing out of bounds, point IUP.
Vulcans point.
Point Vulcans. Olivia Wiseman once again back to serve. Ball's up and over. Dug out by IUP in the back row. Close set. Flick of the wrist to get it over. Mercer to Stevenson. Stevenson sends it over the net. Bumped up by the libero to the far side of the court. Attacking Wiseman. Wiseman able to keep the ball in the air as Ruggiero sends it back off the hands of libero. Flying out of bounds. Point Vulcans. Wiseman with the serve. Up and over. Set up now. Quick hit there. Set up once again for Stevenson. Stevenson attacking the back row. But IUP there for directly back over. Wiseman back set to Stevenson. Hard off the libero's arm as Eliza Ruggiero sends it down. Point Vulcans.
And that's the second point for number 14 in a row. She got 2 points in a row.
Olivia Wiseman back for the serve. Ball served up and over. Dug out. Set up. Quickly attacking California. Off the hands of California. Out of bounds. Point IUP. Human back to serve for IUP. Ball is served up and over. Dug out by Mercer. Wiseman to Ruggiero. Ruggiero gets the ball over. Set up now to the far side. Hard hit off the hands. The attempt block came from Scammell, but it does drop on the side of California. Human back to serve once again for IUP. Ball's up and over. Dug out by Ruggiero. Wiseman sets to Scammell off the hands of IUP, out of bounds. Point California, credited to Lindsay Scammell.
So far, California has been doing really well with this set.
Indeed, coming out, of course, like I said, they have a little bit more to play for tonight, play for the seniors, play for their home crowd, play for some playoffs. They know a lot is on the line with this game. Ball served up and over. Set up now. Kill attempt coming from the outside. That lands inbounds. No one in that back row to get it. Point IUP, as IUP has a substitution coming into the game. I believe there's number 6 for IUP coming into the game. Back to serve. McClanahan back to serve. Ball's up and over. Wiseman sets to Meek. Off the block. Back towards California. Wiseman sets again. This time hard off of Stevenson's arm. Off of IUP, out of bounds.
It seems that California knows to hit the libero, so it just goes out of bounds. That's what we've been seeing so far. Every time the libero got hit, it's gone out of bounds.
Scammell with the service up and over. Dug out by IUP. High set to the close side. Tipped. Casey Meek is there, though. Wiseman sets to Ruggiero. Stevenson. Meek attacking the back row. Almost out of bounds, but IUP decides to play it. Hard hit off of Lyndon Felser going towards Nate Kurtz, and he is okay over there. But that will be a point for IUP.
IUP point, now serving number 2, Charlotte Potter.
IUP now back to serve. Ball is up and over, dug out by Lyndon Felser. Tipped back over by Stevenson. Out of play, but it does go back into play from IUP as California. Meek tries to send it back. Set by Wiseman. Stevenson attacking the back row, directly back over outside of the antenna. Point, California. Stevenson comes out of the game. Favada back into the game. Number 1, Adriana Favada, senior. 4 years for the Vulcans, is now back to serve. Ball's up and over. Set up now. Kill attempt is touched by California, out of bounds. IUP. Point IUP. Couple substitutions as well for IUP as they go back to serve. Ball served up and over, dug out by Lindenfelser. Favada sets to Wiseman. Wiseman, hard tack, unsuccessful. Set up now. Kill attempt is off the hands of Lindenfelser. Favada sets to Wiseman again, attacking the libero this time, as the libero is there to dig it back up. Hard hit there, out of bounds. Point, California. Ruggiero back into the game. Casey Meek goes back to serve for the Vulcans. Meek service up and over. Set twice by IUP. Tap back over. Wiseman stretching out for that ball. Set up now. Kill attempt is touched and out of bounds. Point IUP. Number 3 for IUP, now back to serve. Ball's up and over, set. Favada directly back over and almost drops, but does not. Favada sets to Wiseman. Wiseman with a hard hit off the arms, ball spinning in the air, awkward rotation. Off the hands of Ava Norfolk and Elisa Ruggiero. The point goes to IUP.
IUP definitely did not expect Favada to hit that down, but they pulled it together and brought that ball back up.
Indeed, those quick change-ups can be very difficult to counter. Usually you expect that 1-2-3, but when it goes 1-2, that's a service ace from IUP, tying the game up here. IUP back again for the serve. Ball served up and over, dug out by Mercer. Favada sets, kill attempt coming from Wiseman, does land. Looked like it could have been in the back row, but Audrey Emmerich looks like she's ready for the challenge, and there we go. We get the challenge from California.
Definitely from this view, it did look like a hit right inside the line, but again, from up here and down there, totally different view.
Two different views. So as we take a moment for the officials to look at the replay footage, of course, new to Division II, each team has 2 challenges per set. And it looks like we get ready for some signature intermission stuff. Looks like there's a bench press going on the side of California. Can't tell who's doing the bench press, possibly.
That looks like Zoe.
Yes, that was Zoe Smith doing some nice hits. Looks like the point will go towards California. California gets that point back. Big swing of things. IUP could have gone up 1 instead. California goes up 1 once again.
Coach Emmerich has definitely taken advantage of these camera checks, play checks,
Challenges.
There we go. And they've gotten their points from that.
Caroline Mercer, senior, 2 years here at Cal, has the service up and over, tipped at the net now. Set, dug out by Mercer again. Tipped over directly by Scammell. Dug by the libero for IUP. Far side kill attempt is unsuccessful as Favada is there. Mercer sets to Ruggiero, and that is touched by IUP. Point California. Caroline Mercer, once again, back to serve. Ball high over the net. Almost didn't make it, but it does. Kill attempt coming hard. Untouched by California. Point California. Caroline Mercer high over the net once again. Dug out close to the net. Step to the back court. And that is blocked by Scammell and Wiseman. Over the block this time, Taylor Pasco in the back row. Set up, kill attempt by Scammell. Somehow saved, knocking IUP onto their backs. Set up, kill from Ruggiero. Hard hit. Inbounds, point California. Mercer with another serve. Ball's up and over. Dug out towards the net. Set up. Kill attempt. Blocked by Scammell. Set up once again to the other side of the court. This time it was able to go through, but Favada is there. Ruggiero gets over the block. Diving effort. Awkward spin on the ball. It's set hard towards Mercer. Mercer is unable to get to the ball as it hits her hand and just goes straight down. Point IUP. It was a definite must-have point for IUP. They have a tendency, it seems, to go down very quickly so far within this first set.
Yes, so far California has been doing pretty good, but IUP keeps on coming back up, and I think that the Vulcans don't expect it that much.
No, both teams seem to go on runs. Block there by Olivia Wiseman. Wiseman can play anywhere on the court. Outside hitter. I bet she can even play libero if she wanted to. She can play every position on the court effectively, and that's pretty much what she's done for this Vulcan team. With injuries happening throughout the season at the start, some injuries at the end of the season, she's just been able to be very versatile. She's like a Swiss Army knife, if you will. And that kill does go through the block of Ruggiero and Scammell. Point IUP.
Quite an analogy, Swiss Army knife.
Swiss Army knife, gadget player, however you want to put it. Put her on anywhere on the court and the team will thrive.
Jack of all trades.
Ball's up and over off the hands awkwardly of Ruggiero, and that ball goes out of bounds. Point IUP.
IUP is coming back up to tie up with, soon tying up with California.
Ball's up and over. Set by Pasco. Set to the far side now. Stevenson tipped at the net, but it does go over. IUP scrambling. Set up now to the far side of the court. Through the block. Wiseman hits it directly down. Awkward placement on that ball. IUP not only one away from California. Looks like something could possibly be challenged here.
Is challenging the previous play.
There's a challenge being conducted, called by Coach Emmerich. Going to look towards California bench. Of course, you guys can't see it, but I'll do the play-by-play for it as I always do. Looks like California is going to go bowling. Morgan Johnson, that head pin for the Vulcans, getting ready to get knocked over. Looks like Petrosevic will be the ball. The bowler will be Zoe Smith. Smith with a bowl. It hits. And all the pins come down. That's a strike for Zoe Smith. I always find it very funny that no one else on the broadcast, if you're watching at home, you can't see what's happening. Of course,
Usually.
Normally you can't see, but that will be a point for IUP. Now will be IUP serve for California, down 1 point. Ball served up and over, dug out by Mercer. Set awkwardly, tipped over the net. Set up now. Hard attack off of Wiseman towards the net. Scammell dives for it but is unable to reach the ball in time. IUP has tied the game 15-15 in the Convocation Center. Ball serve is up and over, dug out by Mercer. Wiseman sets to Stevenson over. Too high over as that does just land out of bounds. Point IUP.
California is now struggling to stay ahead of IUP.
Indeed, this is IUP's first lead of the game. California had a nice start. IUP serve is up and over, dug out by Mercer awkwardly. Wiseman sets it far back as Pasco sends it directly back over to IUP. Set up now to the close side of the court, but off the block. IUP retrying this through the block, except it lands just out of bounds. No point for IUP. That is for California. Substitutions for both teams. Looks like it'll be Lyndon Felser coming in for Ruggiero and Meek coming in for Pasco.
Convocation Center has a nice crowd today.
Indeed, of course, the broadcast you can't see because everyone sits on our side of the court instead of on the far side. Dug out there by IUP. Set up. Kill attempt is just barely in bounds. Point IUP. But like I was saying, we have a nice crowd. Of course, like I've said in the past, this Convocation Center is built for we could play a game here and host a game with enough stands to host a game at Pitt, to have enough people from here, from Penn State, to watch a game. But for a Division II school, if you ask me, it's an oversized convocation. The point, IUP. But like I was saying, it's an oversized place for a Division II school.
It is.
The most people we get in here is for graduation, and that's with hundreds of families just sitting in here. Before a game, you can never really tell how many people there really are. But as we have a timeout here, we have a graphic. We're going to talk about the tail of the tape. California trailing here in kills per set, 12.6 to 12.9. They are winning just barely in assist percent, 11.9 to 11.8. Assists also goes to IUP, 1.1 to 2.2. Digs per set goes to California with an amazing digging core, with 17.9 to 15 even. And blocks per set goes to California again at 2.1 to 1.6. So these teams are very even within the stat line, at least. But these teams have faced off already this year at IUP. IUP did fall to the Crimson Hawks, though. So California looking to, like I said, win a conference game, which they've been able to do well at home.
Their last game, they went against Gannon, and they won. They haven't won a game against Gannon in years.
It's been since 2016 since they beat Gannon. Set up now. Kill into the block, and that is off. Point, California. Like we were saying, they beat Gannon for the first time since 2016. That gives the team a lot of just enthusiasm and
confidence.
But of course, you can't come into this game overly confident. That's where people lose in games. Confidence is one thing, but overconfidence is another, and that is another point for the Crimson Hawks.
Indiana point, now serving number 2, and Charlotte Hoffman.
IUP with the serve, up and over. Dug out. Meek with the kill attempt off the hands of the back row player. Set up off the hands of Wiseman. Lindenfelser keeps it in. Stevenson sends it back over. Set up to the close court. Blocked off of Meek. Tipped at the net. Lindenfelser is there. Set up now to Stevenson. Stevenson off the block. Wiseman gets it to Meek. Meek floats it a little bit. Quick play action by IUP. Set up in Norfolk. Too early with her jump as she just matches the ball in height, unable to swing on it. Point IUP. Ball up and over, awkwardly off of Pasco. Stevenson gets it back over, almost drops. Diving effort by IUP, keeps it in play. Off the block of Norfolk. Set up quick into the net by number 22, one of the senior players for IUP.
IUP is now just 2 points in the lead, and hopefully we can see California come back up and win the set.
Earlier in this game, California up by a decent margin, but IUP a couple times, just up to 15 points, was able to rubber band back in. If you know what that means, that's like if you ever played Mario Kart, you have a strong lead, but then just every once in a while, just comes back for no reason. There shouldn't be a chance, but just pulls in slowly, trying to cave in on that. And that is what happened to California. They got overtaken by IUP after being up for a majority of the first set. Rice goes back for the serve. Ball's up and over. Awkward. Wiseman. Norfolk gets it directly back over. Set up off the net. Diving effort by Favada keeps the ball in play. As it will be Meek with the point. Off the block, goes directly back down. Keeps it in the air for a moment, but drops again on the side of IUP. Point, California.
Meek to serve.
We have Elisa Ruggiero back in the game.
Casey Meek back to serve for the Vulcans. Ball's up and over dugout. Set in the middle of the court. Hard in the back. That drops. IUP 22, California 19.
The line judges have been taking some hits from both teams.
They really have. Just, of course, the judges with the flags in each corner of the court. Seems like the players are targeting them. No love as an official.
Just a little bit.
Ball served by IUP into the net. Point, California.
Both teams have been benefiting off the other's mistakes at this point.
Caroline Mercer back to serve for the Vulcans. Ball's up and over dugout towards the net. Set up to the far side of the court. Tipped into a block. Hits the antenna. Point, IUP. IUP 23, California 20. IUP very close to closing in on that 25-point mark, but California not far behind. Ball up and over set. Wiseman with the kill attempt is unsuccessful. Set now. Tips dug out by California. Directly back over, and that drops by Favada.
She did one of those tips earlier in the game, but this time it was successful.
Wiseman now back for the serve. Dug out. Set up, tipped over. Wiseman there. Stevenson tipped at the net. One more hit. Goes to Ruggiero. She sets it over the net. Set up. Goes for a tip. Diving effort unsuccessful. IUP is now on set point. Timeout being called by the Vulcans. California has a chance if they can go on a run here to match IUP's 24 points, try and force a little bit of overtime in this first set.
Yeah, Audrey Emmer has to just pull her team together so that they're able to do that. Hopefully this timeout works for them.
Indeed. A lot of fight at the start of the set. Start getting beat up, taking some body blows towards the end of this first set for IUP to take the lead. Ever since they took the lead, they've been maintained it. These teams, like I said, very evenly matched up here today, as IUP is already back out onto the court. Here comes California onto the court now.
Set one for IUP, Beekman to serve.
Serve is up and over, dug out by Mercer. Set up. Stevenson blocked at the net. Diving attempt gets it ball back over the net. Set up. Kill attempt off a Scammell. Set up now. Kill attempt unsuccessful as it tipped over the net. Ruggiero kill attempt going for the back, but is unsuccessful as well. Set up now to the far side of the court. Off the hands of California, out of bounds. IUP will take this first set. 25-21 over California. We will be right back here on CUTV Sports 1 in the PSA Digital Sports Network.
Season 2 of the Audrey Emmerich era is at hand for Vulcan Volleyball, and you will have the best seat in the house. 12 home games against regional foes and PSAC opponents highlight the schedule. You will be at the edge of your seat at the Convocation Center as you watch the Vulcans fight to the postseason and beyond. All home games will be aired live on CUTV Sports 1, PSAC Digital Network, and CUTV Cable on Armstrong and Breezeline. Make sure to follow Cal Vulcans for up-to-date news and info.
Welcome back to the Convocation Center, home of your California Vulcans. California did fall to the IUP Crimson Hawks, 25-22 in that first set. California looking to make up some ground here.
California did take a strong lead at the beginning of that set, but unfortunately IUP came up and took it.
And now, as we have it, we're going to take a look at the PSAC West standings. Gannon with a strong first place, as even though they did lose to California last week. IUP in second place, California in third. So both teams very high up in the rankings in the West. Behind them, Pitt Johnstown, California will play them tomorrow at Pitt Johnstown. Then we have Seton Hill, Clarion, Edinburgh, and Slippery Rock in last place for the West. Those are the teams in the PSAC West. Like I said, those top three, California playing the second best in the West, California being the third best, which is a big difference than what we saw earlier this year, as California was very far down in the rankings, even though their record very high, one of the best records in the more recent years. Record high, but that conference standing, all the games in the conference are the games that matter the most. It doesn't matter what your overall record is. You can go undefeated all season, but lose every single conference game. It doesn't matter. There's no chance in the PSAC West or in the conference if you can't win the conference games. Both teams now back out onto the court. Like I said earlier, IUP is in their gray, libero wearing that maroon. In California, in the all-black jerseys, with the liberos wearing the white and the black sleeves. Adriana Favada, four-year senior for the Vulcans, will serve. Ball served up and over, dugout. Set up, IUP with the kill attempt, tipped over. Favada there for it. Mercer to Meek in the back row, out of bounds, point IUP. Substitution for IUP already.
Now serving number 3, Delaney White.
Ball served by IUP, fast up and over the net. Favada sets to Wiseman, blocked at the net. All the Vulcans compounded into one area, unable to get to the ball. IUP back-to-back points.
I don't think they really expected that. That's why they were all at one spot.
Yeah, definitely. IUP, third straight serve. Up and over, dugout. Set up. Wiseman through the block, and that one will drop. Point, California. Number 2, Casey Meek, goes back for the serve. California up and over. Set up. Kill attempt. Off the hands of Meek. Over the net this time. Less power, more finesse to get it over the block. Kill attempt going for Favada. Diving effort gets it, but does end up not being enough, as it does a drop for IUP. Ball served up and over by the libero. And that does go out of bounds. Point, Vulcans.
Vulcans point. Now serving number 10, Caroline Mercer.
Service up and over. Dugout. Set up. Kill attempt. Does drop.
Kill number 2, Charlotte Hoffman. Now serving number 18, Jessica Neiman.
IUP back for the serve now. Serve is into the net as a service error and a California point.
We've seen that a couple times from the side of IUP, where their serves just hit the net.
Definitely. They put a lot of power under their serves, try and catch California off guard. Wiseman with the service up and over, and that's a service ace from Olivia Wiseman. Olivia Wiseman back to serve again. Up and over towards the net. Set up to the close side. Off the block. Ruggiero contacted the ball. Then Mercer, but it does drop. Point IUP. There's a substitution on the side of IUP. McClanahan back to serve. Ball's up and over, dug out by Mercer, and that does drop. Service ace for IUP.
Ace for McClanahan.
Serve from IUP is up and over. Low dug from Mercer. Tipped over by Stevenson. Set up now to the far side. Tipped at the net, but California able to keep it. Ruggiero off the hands. Libero sends it to the air. It is now returned to California. Dug out by Meek this time. Wiseman sets to Ruggiero. Ruggiero towards the close side of the court this time. Set up now to the close side. Kill is untouched. California points. Ruggiero comes out of the game. Taylor Pasco goes back for the serve. Also 4-year senior for the California Vulcans. Ball's up and over, dug out. Set up, kill attempt. For IUP. Close call there. Number 2 for IUP is back to serve. Ball's up and over, dug out by Caroline Mercer. Scammell tips it over the net. Set up. Kill attempt into the block, but does land out of bounds. Point IUP. Up and over, dug out by Mercer. Wiseman, 2. Scammell as she hits that back corner. Point, Vulcans. Lindsay Scammell with the point. California now with the serve. Ball is up and over, dug out. Set up to the far side of the, middle of the court, but tipped, but dug out by California. Wiseman sets to Meek, tipped, but almost out of bounds. IUP able to get there. Toward that back row. Scammell diving effort. Wiseman gets it to Meek. Meek returns it. Out of bounds. Point IUP.
That was a good run with the Vulcans, but unfortunately they could not get that point.
IUP back to serve. Ball up and over, dug out by Meek. Set up to the far side. Kill attempt is out of bounds. Point IUP. California down 10-6.
California has been giving a lot of power to their hits, but unfortunately this is not helping them, and instead it's giving points to IUP because they are hitting out of bounds.
Substitution on the side of California. Early sight to see for Lexi Muck as she's in the game. Back over now. Dug out. Set up to the far side. Blocked by Lexi Muck. But IUP able to keep it in play. And that goes out of bounds. That's why they bring Lexi Muck in. Well, one of the taller players, if not the tallest player for the Vulcans, able to get some elite blocks as she's in and right back out. Adriana Favada back into the game. Adriana Favada comes into the game. Coach Emmerich, very smart with the substitutions, brings Lexi Muck in just for one rally, but makes an impact immediately as she hits the court. Injured earlier in the season, she hasn't seen a lot of playing time this year because, of course, injuries will mess up a little bit of development, but makes a play when it matters most. And the last point will go out of bounds. Point California, as Favada will have a serve again. Ball up and over, dug out by IUP, set up to the far side. Tipped over, Favada there. Bump back into the air. Wiseman with an attack through the block. Drops in the hands of the libero as it is returned to California. Favada sets to Meek. Awkward there. Diving effort. Set up to the close side of the court now. Off the antenna. Point, California.
Now, California's only 1 point behind IUP, and hopefully they can keep this run going.
Indeed, a little bit of the opposite of last set. California went off the strong lead, but now IUP had the nice little lead, but California clawing back. Set up now. Off the hands, hard. Set up by Favada. A little bit more control. Blocked by IUP. Favada sets to Wiseman again. This time it gets through the block, right into the back row. Stays in play as they return it out of bounds. Untouched. Point, California. California ties the game 10-10 in the second set. Adriana Favada with the serve. Favada's serve is up and over. Set up, tipped at the net awkwardly. It looked more like a punch than anything to get over. But Wiseman's kill. Diving effort from IUP. Set up. Kill attempt hard off the hands of California. Favada sends it back to Mercer. Bump back into the air. Set up to the middle of the court. Tipped. California able to retain possession with it though. Set up. Tipped over the net this time. And that will drop point for Casey Meek and the California Vulcans. Favada with another serve. Ball's up and over, dugout. Dugout once again. Kill attempt coming from IUP. Directly back over from Favada. Ball back into the air. Kill attempt coming from the far side. Favada there in the back row. Meek is denied at the net. That one just drops. IUP ties the game up here once again, 11-11. 11-11, make a wish, everyone. I think that's what people do when 11-11 hits the clock or something.
Yeah, it has to do with like when you turn on your phone and it's 11:11. So you make a wish. But it doesn't work if you're waiting it to become 11:11.
Kill attempt from Wiseman, denied at the net. One hand, and it gets it back over somehow. Set up, kill attempt, tipped, and drops. Point, IUP. Neiman credited with the point. Ball served up and over. Favada sets. Kill attempt by Norfolk is denied at the net. Point, IUP. IUP with the serve. Up and over. Low dig by Pasco. Favada sets to Wiseman. Wiseman kill attempt is unsuccessful. Dug out by the libero. Kill attempt for the back row is untouched. Point, California. Pasco comes out of the game for Elisa Ruggiero. Ball served up and over. Dug out by libero. High into the air. Set up. Tapped over. Ruggiero able to keep the ball in play. Wiseman sends the ball back over. Step to the far side now. Kill attempt off the net and off the hands of Mercer. Favada. Wiseman towards the back row. Diving effort. Set up now to the close side. Through the block. Favada returns it directly out of bounds. Point, IUP. IUP's player decided to charge the ball a little bit, and she got right there at the ball and decided to pull her hands away. Smart play for IUP.
At that point, when it's near, it's most likely can't tell where it's going to land. It's going to be on the line or out of bounds. And she was just there in case of anything.
Hard hit there on the outside for California. Set up, kill attempt towards Favada. Awkward spin on the ball there. Ball stays in place. Dug out. Set up. Kill attempt from the close side. Favada diving for it. And it goes out of bounds. Point, IUP. Timeout called by California.
I think this is a much needed timeout by California.
Definitely only down by a couple points, down by 3 points here. Just a little bit of discussion going on between Coach Emmerich and her players. And as you see, this is the NCAA Atlantic Region lineup. Gannon is the #1 team in the Atlantic Region and in the PSAC West. Number 2, Shippensburg. 3, IUP, the team we are facing today. East Stroudsburg at 4, Shepherd at 5, Fairmont State at 6, Seton Hill at 7, which the Vulcans did get swept by, Wheeling at 8, and the Vulcans for the first time in a handful of years in the race for the playoffs. They are at number 9. Of course, needing to go on a little bit of a streak here, needing to win today, and at least today for sure, for a chance to play in the NCAA playoffs. And if they want a chance to play a home game, they will also need to win tomorrow's game at Pitt Johnstown. Of course, the main thing on California's mind is getting the win here. Of course, it's always nice to look out into the outlook of playoffs, but still a chance that if stuff goes wrong today or tomorrow, they're not in. Everything rides on these last 2 games. So if you ask me, playoffs start today for the Vulcans. As the ball is served up and over. Set up to the far side of the court. Kill attempt by Wiseman is unsuccessful. Set back into the air. Kill attempt blocked at the net. Dug out by California towards IUP now, towards the bench. Almost jumping into the bench there. It is a free ball for the Vulcans. Set up now. Kill attempt from Wiseman. Unsuccessful. Set up far side. Kill attempt. Dug out by Mercer. Favada sets to Ruggiero. Ruggiero, hard hand as she sends the IUP player to her back. Set up. And that just drops in the back row. Point to IUP.
Coach on the side of IUP moved just in time not to be knocked over by the player. IUP serve was up and over. Dug out by Favada. Tipped at the net. Dug out by the libero. Hard hit, awkwardly off the hands of Favada, but California able to get a free ball back over to IUP. Set up. Kill attempt is directly back down from number 2 on the side of IUP. Strong hand there to get the ball down. Point IUP. Ball served from the libero for IUP. Dug out. Set up. Kill attempt from Wiseman. Drops. One hard hit to another. This time for California. Olivia Wiseman credited with the point as Caroline Mercer will go back for the serve. Ball served is into the net. Not enough power. Try to get a little bit of a teardrop serve. The IUP keeps their marginal lead. 18-13 in the Convocation Center. California has been struggling since the last time out, and they have not got very many points.
And that is into the net. California, a little bit of a saving grace there. Substitution for both teams. Olivia Wiseman into the game, as well as Lexi. Ball served up and over. Set up. Kill attempt. Off the hands. It looked like off the side of Scammell. Coach Emmerich communicating with her team. Lexi McClanahan will go back to serve for IUP. Ball is up and over. Dug out by Mercer. Set. 2. Ruggiero. One backhand to get it over. Free ball back over for Wiseman. Set up now. Kill attempt coming at the net over the block. Ruggiero will return this one once again to IUP. Set up to the far side. Can they get off of Muck? And it gets off the hands of Lexi Muck and Lindsay Scammell and does end up dropping on the side of California still. IUP 5 away. California 6 away from IUP. IUP's been a lot more dominant within the set, not really allowing California to do much of anything and not going on any runs. Ball is into the net. A lot of errors, serving errors from this IUP team.
That's another free point for California.
California catching a lot of breaks within this first and second set with these serves going into the net. Let's see if Taylor Pasco can capitalize on these. Bump back to the far side of the court. Kill attempt blocked by Muck. Kill attempt this time off the hands of Wiseman High. As a free ball sent over. Set up. Kill attempt blocked by Scammell. Looks like actually his block will get credited to Casey Meek. A lot of celebration coming from that California sideline. Set up now to the far side of the court. Blocked by Muck again. Set up. Blocked again, this time by Scammell. Set up to the other side of the court. Tipped and blocked again. Lindsey Scammell coming in with a lot of blocks.
And that was 3 blocks in a row. And each one worked in their favor.
Indeed. California on a little bit of a roll here. Ball is served up and over. Set up. Kill attempt this time off the hands of Pasco. Muck sets it directly back in. Set up. And this time 3 blockers. Not enough as it goes through the arms. Point IUP.
We're seeing signs that it might have not touched Lynn Scammell's hand, and so they're calling a challenge.
California, like you said, challenging the tip. So we'll get a little bit of a look at the California sideline. At least I will. I'll describe you what happens. They're discussing what they want so far. Coach Emmerich is going up to her team. Looks like they're going to be playing a game of... I honestly cannot remember the name of this game. Oh, they're playing a game of Duck Duck Goose. That's what the game is. Game of Duck Duck Goose. Petrosevic running away from Bailey Maxson, the former IUP Crimson Hawk. And she... A little bit of debate on who got there. Looks like she is safe. Bailey Maxson. Duck, duck, duck. Missed a head as she said goose. As she goes back. Duck, 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 duck. Not very good at this game of Duck, Duck, Goose. As it looks like Bailey Maxson will be safe. Maybe she's just not very good at this game. Duck, 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 duck. Goose. McClurkin is chased down by Zoe Smith. McClurkin back up. Duck, 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 duck. Petrosevic is the goose. Running around. McClurkin does get to the spot in time. Duck, 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 duck. Duck, 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 duck. I'm sick of saying duck, but that's the game. This time selected. I'm done commentating that. Duck, duck, goose is not what I'm going to call. Too many ducks.
It's not your game.
It is not the game I know how to call. Probably a little bit easier than volleyball, but...
Apparently not, if you can't even call that.
Honestly, if you ask me, that's just a lot more work on the sideline. On the sideline, you should just be hydrating, getting ready, and then you play duck, duck, goose. That's a strenuous game, if you ask me. If you ask me,
you would say that.
I'm a retired athlete. The point does go for California.
Another challenge that works in California's favor.
California using their challenges correctly.
The call has been reversed. California point. Now
California trailing 18-20. Taylor Pasco will go back for the serve. Dug out by IEP. Bump back into the air. Off the block. Set up by Wiseman to Meek. Attacking the back row. Untouched. IUP points.
Next to serve, number 2, Charlotte Lopez.
IUP goes back to serve. Ball served up and over. Set up by Wiseman. Meek attacking the back middle this time. Set up, hard hit there, and that drops. IUP point.
Killed by Riley Brown for the Crimson Hawks.
IUP once again back for the serve. Set up once again. Scamo with the kill attempt. Almost drops, but IUP with a pancake to get it back in the air. And that one drops for IUP on the side of California.
It is now 23-18 for IUP. And California is calling a timeout.
Timeout California definitely needed. As like you said, they are trailing 18-23. A little bit of the same situation that we saw here within the first set. And we're going to take a quick look at the schedule around the PSAC. Of course, we have this game now. California going up against IUP. We have Westchester at Bloomsburg, Shippensburg at East Stroudsburg, Clarion at Edinburgh, Shepherd at Kutztown, Millersville at Lock Haven, Slippery Rock at Gannon, and tomorrow's opponent, Pitt Johnstown against the Seton Hill Griffins. Finally can get through the entire PSAC teams with ease now after doing this for a couple of months. What I don't understand, how do teams change their logos mid-season? Like when Gannon did it, it had me all messed up. When Shippensburg did it out of nowhere, it had me all messed up. No one tells me these things before the things happen. I get here and then I find out things as I read them. If you ask me, maybe that's a little bit of my fault for not scripting stuff out. But it's all right as the serve is up and over. Return from Meek toward the back row. IUP is ready. Set up and far side kill attack coming. Mercer with the diving effort. Set up. Kill by Muck is unsuccessful as is blocked. Double dig there. Set up. Kill attempt in the back row. No one is there. IUP on set point once again.
We've seen kind of a pattern on the side of IUP when them hitting back row and California player is not being there.
To send this game to thirds. That is not going to happen. Point, California. California 19. IUP is set point 24. Lindsey Scammell for the serve.
We've seen a lot of amazing blocks from Lindsey Scammell this game.
Ball is up and over. Dugout. Set up. Kill attempt towards the back row. Untouched by California. Point, Vulcans. Lindsey Scammell. Up and over. Dugout. And that is another point for the Vulcans that keep the set alive. And that was a service ace for Lindsey Scammell. Lindsey Scammell for the serve. Up and over. Dugout by IUP. Set up to the far side of the court. Through the block. But California able to keep the dig. Tipped at the net. Awkward dig there. Set up. Kill attempt blocked. Dug out by the libero to the far side. And this time this will drop. IUP gets another point. And that will be the second set. 25-21 goes to IUP. We'll be right back here on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSA Digital Sports Network.
How you behave at a game leaves a real impact on our kids. Sometimes for the better, sometimes not so much.
Yelling and arguing with officials sends the wrong message to young players. According to Play by the Rules Sports Advocacy, it teaches them that it's not okay to make a mistake. They can blame others for their actions. They can disrespect authority figures. And it's okay to be rude and selfish.
The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference celebrates its 75th season in 2025 to 26, highlighting the many athletic achievements of its membership institutions. The PSAC has won 59 national team titles, 310 individual titles, produced 29 all-time Olympians, and 43 former PSAC players and coaches have been elected to National Halls of Fame. PSAC proud for 75 years and many more to come.
Welcome back to the Convocation Center, home of your California Vulcans. The California Vulcans are trailing the IUP Crimson Hawks 2 sets. They're behind on the edge of getting swept here at home on senior night. Of course, California, not what they're looking for.
That would be very unfortunate if that happens, but hopefully California comes up this set and the next to go into a fifth set and take this game.
Of course, that's a lot to ask for just before we even start the third set. Like I said, if you ask me, playoffs start today. Just with how much pressure comes into this game alone, with how much higher seeded IUP is over California. They do have a chance at playoffs if they lose today and they win tomorrow, but some other things do have to happen within that time frame. So if California wants the highest and the best chance, they need to win today and tomorrow. IUP coming back out onto the court.
Hopefully they come up, California comes in the set with stronger start. They did start off strong in their first set, but unfortunately IUP came up and took them in that. And then the second set, we went the opposite way where IUP started off strong and California was lacking. But then California started coming up in that second set. Unfortunately, they did not take the set.
There's the buzzer. California needing to come out of their huddle. California now officially back out onto the court. I believe it will be IUP back for the serve.
Serving first for IUP, number 17, Ellie Roush.
A lot of IUP fans in the crowd today. And IUP serve is up and over. And almost a service ace, but California able to capitalize. And that will drop. California gets the first point of this third set. And guess who? It's Olivia Wiseman.
Number 2, Casey Meek.
Casey Meek goes back for the serve. Casey Meek's serve is up and over, dug out. High set, kill attempt, unsuccessful. Favada gets the ball to Wiseman. Wiseman, far side attack, also unsuccessful setup this time to close side of the court. Attacking the back row, and that one does drop off the chest of Casey Meek.
Kill by Delaney Concannon. Concannon to serve.
IUP back to serve. Ball served up and over. Awkward set towards the net. Set once again. Frugier denied at the net. Wiseman, kill is going. Saved by IUP. One more hit to get it over, and she does. Set up. Quick attack here. Catching IUP off their footing, and that's a California point.
I definitely did not expect them to run after that so far.
No, I almost turned into a baseball call there. Going, and they got it. So, wide variety of sports that can be referenced within this game. Scammell serve is up and over. Set to the far side now. Kill tipped at the net, and that does drop. IUP points.
Jessica Neiman with the kill.
The libero for IUP is now ready to serve. Ball up and over. Favada sets. Wiseman tipped over at the net. One hand into the scorer's table. Watch out, Matt Kiefer. He looks okay there as the point goes to California. Just getting ready for the okay. And Wiseman's serve is up and over, dug out by IUP. Set to the close side. Quick attack towards the back row. Wiseman towards the stands, running into some people in the stands. Hope she's okay. But California does keep the game going. One hand hit, hard off of Meek's arms. Muck attacking. Violation by IUP. Point California. Could have thought for a moment that Meek went over the net or had contact with it, but violation does get called on IUP. So everything's all good. As Wiseman's serve is up and over, dugout. Set up through the block. Attacking Wiseman. A lot of hard hitters on this front line for IUP. Some of the most fire from multiple players that I've seen in the West.
California does seem to be giving it back a little bit more this set, though.
Indeed. I watched a couple of D1 games, especially some Penn State games, just on TV, and you see that a lot. Just extreme fire, heat coming off the ball when it's hit. But when it comes down to Division II, you don't always see that accuracy and speed from the ball. But today, I've seen a lot from IUP. IUP has an elite team on the court. Of course, never to discredit from California's team, as they are able to return it, but just not at the same rate as IUP is giving it to them. Chilla Pasco, senior, back to serve, is up and over. Dug out, set up, and out of play off of Caroline Mercer.
That was definitely too far to run after.
McClanahan back to serve. Dug out. Set up. Norfolk sends it over off the hands of IUP. Point California.
Norfolk with the kill. Now serving number 10, Caroline Mercer.
Tip right back down by Scammell. Dug right back over to California. Pasco. Wiseman to Scammell once again. Set up through the block, out of bounds, point IUP.
IUP point. Now serving number 2, Charlotte Hoffman.
IUP has a serve.
IUP is only 1 point behind California at this moment.
Dug out. Set up. Tipped over the net, and that does drop point. Lindsey Scammell.
California point by number 17, Lindsey Scammell. Now serving number 1.
Adriana Favada will go back to serve. One of our beloved seniors here, all the way from Arizona. She's been on the team for 4 years. Spent her entire collegiate career at Cal U. And that is a service ace! Favada once again back to serve. Dug out. Set up. And dug out once again. Step to the far side. Petrosevic into the game. Set up. Blocked at the net by the net. Point! Vulcan's off the violation from IUP.
Score is now 9-5 for California.
I'm working 9 to 5. That's a good song right there.
Fortunately, you don't work from 9 to 5.
No, 11 to 7, but it's all right. As the ball's up and over. Kill attempt from Wiseman. A little bit of back and forth and does drop on the side of California. IUP with another point.
You could say 7-11.
That's not true.
Now serving number 6,
Okay.
Early rest.
IUP getting ready with the serve. Up and into the net. Error for IUP. Point, California. Substitutions. Pasco out of the game. Ruggiero into the game. Petrosevic out of the game.
Server number 2, Casey.
Casey Meek into the game. Meek service up and over. Service ace from Casey Meek.
For Casey. Timeout, Crimson Hawks.
With that service ace, it forces IUP to take a timeout. California able to keep the lead so far in this third set. IUP not getting in that rhythm. Had service errors already into the net. And here is the upcoming schedule for this all California sports all around. Of course, we will not be covering the last game for the volleyball team, but we do have, of course, volleyball at Pitt Johnstown tomorrow on the PSAC Digital Network. Football at Shippensburg on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network. Women's basketball at West Liberty. We have men's basketball at West Liberty as well. They are back-to-back doubleheader. And then we have women's basketball at Fairmont State and men's basketball versus Charleston. A lot of sports getting into high gear. It's a busier time of the year. Even though football and volleyball will be ending soon, there's a lot of stuff basketball-wise coming into play. As it serves up and over from Meek. Set up over the net, out of bounds. Was it touched? No, it wasn't. Point, Vulcans. Meek goes back for the serve. Ball up and over, dugout. Set up. Blocked, but drops. IUP point. Substitution real fast for IUP. Number 3 for the Crimson Hawks goes back to serve. Serve up and over. Set up. Scammell tipped over the net, and it drops. Point. Lindsay Scammell.
Scammell with the kill. Scammell to serve.
She gets a point, and then she goes back for the serve. Ball is up and over. Set up now. Kill attempt is touched out of bounds. Point, IUP.
Kill number 8, Kira Schmidt. Now serving number 12, Brooke Kessler.
IUP's libero goes back for the serve. Into the net once again. Point, California.
And we've seen that a couple times from IUP's libero.
Definitely on the shorter end of the scale there, or height, however you want to call that. One of the shorter players on the court could be a little bit difficult to get the ball over the net. Tip into the net. Return once again, tipped at the net. Set up. Muck's kill attempt flies out of bounds. Point, IUP. IUP becoming very good friends with that net there, hitting a lot of balls into the net. Not what they want to be doing when they're down 14-9.
Which I'm sure California is grateful for all those free points.
Meek. Ruggiero with the hit back over. Set up, kill attempt over the block. Mercer is there. Ruggiero, too much heat on that one. Point, IUP.
I've seen a lot of power in there, both Ruggiero's and Lexi Muck's hits, but not good enough for them to get it in. It always goes out.
No, playing a little bit sloppy on that aim-wise. And that one goes out of bounds as well. California still too much heat. Timeout called for California. It's a much-needed timeout. California letting up a lot of back-to-back points, letting IUP go on a run. Not what they needed to do and not what they were doing earlier in this set.
Definitely not. They started off really well with the set, but right now they're falling behind again. IUP is coming up.
Once again, we have a look at the Atlantic region rankings. California towards the bottom at number 9, playing number 3 IUP today. On the screen, you can see a couple of the seniors, Lisa Ruggiero and Caroline Mercer. And while we're in the timeout, I'd like to recognize the seniors we do have on the team. Of course, we have, like I said, Adriana Favada, 4-year player for the California Vulcans out of Pryorta, Arizona. Went to Liberty High School. Taylor Pasco, 4-year player for the California Vulcans. She is the defensive specialist in wearing number 5. And she is straight from California High School, just about not even a 5-minute drive out of here. We also have Caroline Mercer, 2-year player for the California Vulcans out of Shadesdale, Ohio, out of Shadesdale High School. And then Elisa Ruggiero, one of the Vulcans coming the farthest, all the way from Italy. Like I've mentioned that a lot. We call her the Italian Stallion, taller player, and one of the more elite players. And that is a point for the Vulcans. But I'd like to congratulate all the seniors on an amazing 4-year career. Caroline Mercer not being here for 4 years, but still congratulating her on a 2-year career at Pennsylvania Western, of course, also known as California.
The seniors are definitely going to be missed once they leave.
Indeed. Set up, kill attempt is down. IUP point. Timeout not working well for the California team.
Next to serve number 6, Lexi McClanahan.
Clanahan back to serve. Ball's up and over. Dug out by Pasco. Set up, kill attempt from Petrosevic in the face. That looked painful.
He definitely knocked her down.
Definitely did.
Next to serve number 10,
Caroline Mercer back to serve. Ball up and over. Dug out. Step to the far side of the court. And that is untouched. Point, Vulcans.
We're getting a challenge by IUP.
IUP will be challenging a tip of the ball. Very close. I couldn't even tell from here.
We have Cortland Turner on the screen.
Just in that corner over there next to the sports info team and the official going over the replay. Nothing going on the side of California, unfortunately. Nothing to commentate, nothing interesting for you guys.
They're playing rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, are they playing rock, paper, scissors with the
I think
other
they're trying
team?
to get IUP's attention, but they're not really
No.
giving them any.
Still really nothing. This is a boring challenge, if you ask me. Nothing to call. Looks like we're going to get a call, though. Was the ball tipped? Was the question. California originally rewarded with the point. IUP challenges. And the point will go to. Ball was tipped. Point will go to IUP. Score switches 16-13. IUP, successful challenge, now goes back for the serve. Ball up and over, dug out by Pasco. Wiseman sets to Petrosevic. Petrosevic unsuccessful on the kill attempt. Set up close side of the court. Through the block, off of Pasco. Wiseman sets to Petrosevic again. Going towards that back row. Set up, tipped. Wiseman over the net. A little bit of standstill at the net for a moment. Over towards the back row. Pasco there. Wiseman to Scammell, flicking it down. Point, Lindsay Scammell. Scammell has been producing points all day, whether it be on kill attempts, whether it be on blocks. She's been a very good go-to player for the Vulcans during this game. Usually just outstanding for her blocking. Actually leads the team in blocks and has all year. But we've seen a lot of more offense out of her in this past couple of weeks. Ball served up and over, dugout. Set up and kill attempt. Lands, point IUP.
Now serving number 17, Ellie Rouse.
Ball served up and over, dugout by Wiseman. Favada sliding. Petrosevic sends it into a block. But Mercer is there. Petrosevic returns it. Awkward off the back row player. And that is in bounds. Just barely. Elite precision there. IUP 15. California 17. California not seeming to get away from this IUP team whatsoever today.
Definitely not. They have been working hard this set, and they have been doing really well, but unfortunately, they are back to IUP catching up to them.
Dugout, Wiseman with the kill. Towards the bench. Able to keep the ball in play. One more hit. Looks like a power of teamwork right there to get the ball over. Favada. Set up. Kill attempt in the back row. Out of bounds. Point California.
IUP is now, I'm thinking they're going to become famous for running after that ball. They have gone after so many balls that you wouldn't expect them to get. And it's gone back over the net.
Couple substitutions for California. Pasco comes out for Ruggiero, and Petrosevic comes out for Casey Meek as Casey Meek goes back to serve. Serve is up and over. Dugout. High set. Kill attempt hard off the hands of California. Set up again. Same pattern except California retains possession of the ball. Wiseman attack. Inbounds. Point California.
It's down 19-15 for California.
Timeout. Challenge actually coming from IUP. A little bit more waiting around, not much happening from the benches. Just some chatter. Can only imagine what they're talking about. Maybe their favorite color? Favorite food?
What's your favorite color, Mr. Robinson?
I'm a big fan of red. Vulcan red. Not just because I go to Cal, I've always been a nice red.
I feel like it's quite a coincidence, though.
Hey. I do like red things. Red mascots, red logos. I'm from Denver, but I'm a San Francisco fan. Their primary color is red. I don't know. I just like red. Point will be for California, though, after it was confirmed. It will be Casey Meek once again with the serve. Man, I'm even drinking a Red Bull right now. Ball served up and over. Dugout. Set up. Block. Up and over. Set up. Kill attempt coming from the close side through the block, and it does land for IUP. But I will also add, I'm a fan of red, not a fan of maroon. You'll never catch me anything maroon related, including rooting for the Crimson Hawks. Ball's up and over. Dugout. Set up. Kill attempt coming off of Ruggiero, and that was touched. Point California. Credited to Eliza Ruggiero. Scammell back to serve for the Vulcans. Serve is up and over. Dugout. Set up to the far side of the court. Kill attempt. Drops in the back court. Point IUP.
The players in the back court just watched that go there. I think they expected it to be out and just didn't go for that ball.
Ball's up and over. Awkward off the hands of Mercer. Ruggiero sends it. Dugout. Kill attempt over the block, off the hands of Mercer. Favada to Wiseman. Wiseman's hand does get contact, goes back over. Step to the far side now. Block, but drops off the hands of Wiseman. IUP rubber banding back. Ball up and into the net. Free point for the Vulcans.
And that is another hit into the net by their libero.
Ball's up and over, dugout. Set up, kill attempt, drops for IUP. IUP goes back for the serve. Closing in on California. Ball serve up and over, dugout by Meek. Kill attempt, unsuccessful from Ruggiero. Ball back into play, far side, free ball for the Vulcans. Set up, and again. Norfolk does not get it to drop. Set to the close side now, through the block. Rewarded to California. Just barely out of bounds. Substitution for both teams. Pasco into the game for Ruggiero on the side of California. Pasco back for the serve. It's up and over, dugout by the libero. Set up. Kill attempt, tipped at the net. Reset. Kill attempt over the block towards the libero for California. Wiseman sets to Meek. Meek attacking the back row. Tipped. Gets a hand on it. California, 23-19.
And I think that's the first ball that IUP was not able to get.
Usually very good so far within this game at tracking down these balls, but unfortunately unable to do it. Ball up and over, dugout. Set up. Kill, tipped at the net. Set up to Meek. Meek attacking the back row, unsuccessful. Going back over, back down from Lexi Muck.
Now we are at set point.
Set point for the Vulcans for the first time in this game. Taylor Pasco to set this game to a 4th set. Dugout low. Set up. Kill attempt tipped at the net. Mercer sets. Sets to Meek. Meek tipped at the net, but Mercer keeps the ball in play. Setting to Muck. Muck blocked. And that will be an IUP point. IUP keeping their hopes at a sweep alive.
IUP is only 4 points behind California, and they have to get 6 so they're able to get the set.
IUP needing to be flawless up to this point now. Ball's up and over. Low dig there, almost down. And that does drop for IUP. That hit was so fast I could barely see it. California having a little bit of wiggle room here. IUP having none. Service up and into the net. The California Vulcans force a 4th set. 25-21 in the Convocation Center. We will be right back here on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSA Digital Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Gene Sterator, CBS Rules Analyst and longtime sports official. Today, mistreatment of officials has become normalized, and we are facing an abnormal future where no officials to hire means no games on the schedule. And the positive effects of athletic competition are at critical risk for this generation and those to come. Videos showing abusive treatment of officials multiply on social media. And there have been consequences for the dreadful behavior of players, fans, and coaches. Your response in the heat of the moment is the only thing you totally control. Move that desire to lash out to a different place and encourage without rage. Just cheer for your child or the team you're there to support.
Have you ever wanted a baseball universe at your fingertips? Well, now you can with On Deck Baseball, the card and dice game that lets you run your own fictional baseball universe or play as some of the great teams and players from the past. Dive into the fictional universe with a league of custom teams and players. But don't stop there, as there are expansion teams and rookie sets to keep the league going for years. If great teams are your thing, then check out the pro version with dozens of historical teams waiting to take the field. Step up to the plate with On Deck Baseball. Find out more at on-deckbaseballgame.com. That's on-deckbaseballgame.com.
Hello and welcome back to the Convocation Center, home of your California Vulcans. California taking that third set, 25-21. And if you take a look at the screen, everyone here at CUTV would like to wish Mrs. Smith, of course, mother of Gary Smith, director of CUTV, it's her birthday today, so we'd like to wish her a very happy birthday from her son and everyone else here at CUTV. Happy birthday, Mrs. Smith. Again, we have the schedule for today's matchups. This game started at 6 o'clock. Now we're in the fourth set. IUP at California. Westchester at Bloomsburg. Shippensburg at East Stroudsburg. Clarion at Edinburgh. Shepherd at Kutztown. Millersville at Lock Haven. Slippery Rock at Gannon. And Pitt Johnstown at Seton Hill. Would like to also add my co-announcer, Victoria Lang, did have to end up leaving due to her CA duties. So from here on out, it will just be me on the call. So if I go silent for a little bit, it's because I'm waiting for a response and I'm not getting one. So bear with me as I get reacclimated to solo calling.
Serving first for California.
California was able to get that third set, like I said, keeping their game alive here at home during senior day. And Adriana Favada will go back for the serve. Ball is up and over. Dugout set up. Far side tip over. Dugout by Mercer. Wiseman over the block. Dugout by the libero for IUP. Kill attempt tipped at the net this time. Favada set up. Kill by Meek is dugout. Set up once again to the close side of the court. Through the block. Ruggiero directly back over to the Crimson Hawks. Kill attempt out of bounds. Free point for the Vulcans.
IUP point. The waiting on cannon to serve.
Crimson Hawks ended up getting that point. As their service up and over. Dug out by Meek. Diving effort by both California players. Dug out there. Diving effort. A lot of falling in this rally. Sent back over to California. Dug out by Ruggiero. Favada sets to Wiseman. Tipped at the net. Second hit there. Set up now. Over towards out of bounds. Point California.
Vulcan's point. Now serving number 2, Casey Meek.
Casey Meek back for the serve for the Vulcans. Set up and over. Set up and kill attempt. Drops for IUP.
Kill by Jessica Zeman for IUP. Now serving number 12, Kessler.
Libero for IUP going back to the serve. We've seen a couple of service errors coming from her within these first two sets. Ball's up and over this time. Dug out by Mercer. Favada. Ruggiero returns it to IUP. Set up, tipped over. Favada sends it backwards. Mercer to Wiseman. Wiseman able to get through the block, off the hands, and down. Point California. Lindsay Scammell back to serve. Ball served up and over by Scammell. Set up, kill attempt. Diving effort from Scammell. into the block. Denied, Olivia Wiseman is. That is another IUP point. Very back and forth so far in this first set. Only a couple points, but both teams fighting. IUP has a serve. Ball's up and over. Dug out by Wiseman. Favada sets to Ruggiero. Ruggiero sends it towards the back corner. Inbounds. Point, California. Ruggiero was credited with that point. Ball up and over. Dug out. Set up. Kill attempt is out of bounds. Point, California. Ball up and over, dug out. Set up very close to the net. And untouched. Point, California again. Wiseman back for the point. Excuse me, back for the serve. Bumped up into the air. Kill attempt tipped at the net this time. Wiseman to Ruggiero. Off the hand, out of bounds. Point, California. Olivia Wiseman back for the serve. Ball up and over. Dug out. Bump back over the air. Dug out by Muck. Ruggiero attacking the back row. Hand. Does it get over? Yes, it does. Ruggiero sets. Wiseman to Muck. Blocked at the net. No one there. Wiseman, the closest player. Point, IUP. IUP now back to serve. Ball up and over. Dug out by Meek. Set up and killed by Meek this time. Towards the back row is unsuccessful. It's closer than net set. Set up towards libero now to the far side of the court. Tipped at the net by Lexi Muck. Lexi Muck having an impact in this game. Pasco coming into the game for Ruggiero. And looks like Meek will be coming out of the game for Anna Marie Petrosevic. Tila Pasco goes back for the serve for the Vulcans. Dug out. Set up. Kill attempt is successful. Down with some fire from the side of IUP.
Next to serve number 2, Charlotte Hoffman.
IUP now back for the serve. Number 2 for the Crimson Hawks. Ball served into the net. Point, Vulcans.
California point. Caroline Mercer to serve.
Mercer's serve is up and over. Set up backwards, actually. Set. Scammell went up for the attack but did not get it.
Point for the Crimson Hawks. Next to serve number 17, Ellie Roush.
Number 17 for the Crimson Hawks goes back for the serve. Dug out by Petrosevic. Scammell gets it back to the middle of the court. Free ball from libero for California. Set up. Kill attempt. Drops. Point, IUP.
Killed by Jessica Neiman.
California leading by 1 over IUP, 8-7. Ball up and over, dug out. Wiseman sets. Muck, kill attempt, unsuccessful. Set up once again, far side kill attempt, blocked. Step to the far side again, blocked again, but this time antenna was hit, caused by California. Tie game here in the Convocation Center. Ball is up and over, out of bounds. Point, California.
California point. Next to serve number 1, Adriana Favada.
Adriana Favada back to serve. Ball up and over, dugout. Bump back into the air. Kill attempt off the block. Tipped over. Dugout by Mercer. Favada sets to Petrosevic. Petrosevic gets the kill. Point, Vulcans. Favada once again back for the serve. Dug out. Bump back to the far side of the court. Kill attempt off the hands and drops. Point, IUP. Substitution for IUP. Number 3 for the Crimson Hawks goes back to serve. Ball goes up and over, dug out. Dug out again, and the ball is unable to get back over the net. Point, Crimson Hawks. Tie game here in the Convocation Center in the 4th set. Ball is up and over, dug out. Set up to Petrosevic. Petrosevic off the arms towards the crowd. Scores table. And that will drop on the side of IUP. Point, California. A lot of scrambling by this IUP team all game long, as there are some substitutions. Petrosevic and Casey Meek goes back to the serve. Meek serve is up and over. Dug out by the libero. Set up. Kill attempt denied at the net. Lindsey Scammell credited with the point. Ball served up and over. Dug out. Set up. Kill denied at the net. Set up the close side of the net this time. Bump back into the air. Wiseman attacking the back row. Bump back. Denied by Scammell again. Off the hands. Point. Lindsey Scammell. It'll be Casey Meek once again going back for the serve. Ball's up and over, dug out from IUP. Set up, tipped over. And that'll be a violation. There's going to be a challenge. No, there will not be. Communication from Coach Emmerich and the far side official. Originally it looked like she was going to challenge, but looking for some clarification. And she will not be calling the challenge. So it will be IUP serve. Libero for IUP is now back to serve. Ball is up and over, dug out by Mercer. Step and tipped over, unsuccessful. Ruggiero sends the ball back into play. Free ball for IUP. Set up, kill attempt off the net, spinning. Back, one hand by Ruggiero. Kill attempt from Wiseman, going towards the back row, sliding. Tip, and down, inbounds. Point, IUP. Ball served up and over, dug out. Set up. Kill attempt from Wiseman. unsuccessful. Set up now, kill attempt, denied at the net. Point, California off a carry from IUP. Lindsey Scammell goes back for the serve. Ball served up and over. Awkward dig there. Far side kill attempt denied at the net, dropping on the side of IUP, but out of bounds. Point IUP. IUP staying within 1 point for a majority of this fourth set. Ball served up and over. Favada directly back over, but back over quickly. Kill attempt through. Diving effort. Set up to the far side. Kill attempt. Could have gone out of bounds, but Meek plays it. One more hit. Ruggiero does successfully get it back over the net. Not a smart play there by Meek to keep the ball in play. Block by Norfolk. Kill attempt. Out of bounds. Point Vulcans. Substitutions for both teams. Favada comes out. Lexi Muck back into the game. Ball up and over. Set up. Kill it. Drops just in between Norfolk, Ruggiero, and the net. IUP down 1 point to the Vulcans still, as they have been for the majority of this fourth set. Ball up and over. Awkward set from Meek. Wiseman sets. Ruggiero kill attempt. Touched by IUP. Point California. Pass go in for Ruggiero. And it looks like Anna Marie Petrosevic will be in the game for Casey Meek. Coach Emmer communicating with her team before the serve. California having a taller lineup in that front line now with Petrosevic, Muck, and the serve is up and over. Set up, kill attempt, tipped at the net, and that will be an IUP point. IUP getting ready for their serve. Once again, very back and forth. Down 1 point. Ball up and over. Set. Dug out. Kill attempt coming from Petrosevic lightly instead of less power. Set up. Blocked by Muck. Point. Lexi Muck for the Vulcans. Ava Norfolk comes out of the game. Lindsey Scammell into that front line. Still taller lineup in the front. Adding Lindsey Scammell. Served by Mercer is up and over. Set up and far side kill attempt is in bounds. IUP down 1 point once again. Substitution for IUP. And it will be number 17, I believe, that is, for the Crimson Hawks. Back to serve. Ball served up, tipped at the net, but over. Set up. Muck tipped over. Set up. Kill attempt into the block of Muck. Lexi Muck credited with the block. 18-16 in the Convocation Center. Muck subbed out of the game. Adriana Favada now back to serve. Ball's up and over, dug out. Set up from the far side, kill attempt blocked by Wiseman. Favada sets to the close side. Petrosevic sends it back over, but is unsuccessful. Set up, kill attempt blocked by Scammell this time. Set to the far side of the court now. Off the net, awkward bounce, but does land for IUP. Another back and forth battle from IUP. Number 3 for the Crimson Hawks, back to serve. Ball served up and over. Awkward dig by Wiseman. Set up directly back down, actually. Dug out by Favada. Wiseman sends it back over to IUP. Bumped up. Block unsuccessful. Tipped over now by Scammell. Libero gets some control directly back over, but Wiseman unable to get that one to land as well. Set up now, taking a little bit slower. Wiseman off the hands of the block, but IUP ready for it. Far side kill attempt coming, and it ends this long rally. IUP ties the game, 18-18. IUP with the serve. Up and into the net. A lot of that coming from IUP today. Substitutions now. Pasco and Petrosevic come out. Meek and Ruggiero come back into the game. Casey Meek back to serve. Ball up and over. Dug out. High set. Kill attempt denied by Scammell. Kill attempt coming tipped by Scammell this time. Favada sets to Wiseman. Wiseman denied at the net. Favada to Ruggiero. Ruggiero will not be denied this time, but does not drop. Set up once again. Wiseman into the net. Point IUP. Tie game, 19-19, coming down to the wire here in the Convocation Center. Ball serve up and over from IUP's Lapero. Ruggiero returns it. Awkward dig there towards the net. Set to the close side this time. Tipped. Mercer able to keep the ball in play. Favada sends to Ruggiero. Ruggiero taking the back row. Out of bounds. Untouched point. IUP. IUP takes the first lead in a very long time in this set. California and IUP had a very good back and forth. A little bit of a ping pong match going back and forth. But IUP does claim the lead this time. Back-to-back points. IUP's Libero with the service up and over. Favada sets. Wiseman tipped at the net. Directly back over. In that awkward little play there is a point. But it will be a violation. The coach is unhappy with that. It will be called a push. Of course, you can't do that within volleyball. Push and a carry within the same category. Kyle Yu ties the game 20-20. Ball up and over. Dug out. Set up the close side kill attack coming. Tipped at the net, but Favada there. Meek gets it to Ruggiero. Awkwardly down this line of the net. Set up close side kill attempt. Bounces. And it will look out of bounds, but call for IUP. Challenge coming from Coach Emmerich. Very close call there. I could have called it either way from up here. But of course, that's why they have replay. This match coming down to it. These last points can be very crucial between a win for IUP or forcing a fifth set for the Vulcans. Interesting thing going on here for the Vulcans on the bench. Oh, they're doing the aura farming. And Marie Petrosevic is aura farming. If you know that video of that kid on the boat, just aura farming, just gaining so much aura. And now everyone's falling back onto each other. And now she lays back onto her teammates as well. And a line. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'll give Anna Marie a whole bunch of aura points on that. Plus 10 aura points, I'll give her that. It's for when she listens back. She'll be happy about that. Usually has no aura, but IUP confirming the call. IUP does gain that point, so IUP will lead 21-20. Might have to take those aura points back, actually. Ball up and over, dug out by Meek. Favada sets. Kill attempt hard! But IUP able to keep the ball in play, returning it freely to California, dug out by Meek. Set up. Kill attempt from Ruggiero! Out of bounds. Point. IUP. IUP on a 2-point run. Will coach challenge? Timeout. No challenge, but timeout will be taken by California. Coming down to the wire, like I said, IUP has the advantage 22-20. Coming down to it here. California needing to make some major plays here. To keep up with all things California related, for all game day information, go to California.com. California Cans on all social media, but if you're looking for more stats and other things, go to the sports information website at calvulcans.com for all stats, scores, and other fun things, information about home games as basketball is rolling around here. Of course, if you're not a student of Cal, there will be I believe it's a $5 admission at the door for basketball games coming up here. Starting next week, we'll have the first slate of home games. But IUP closing in on a victory. Ball is up and over. Set by Meek. Favada to Wiseman. Wiseman's kill tipped at the net. Set up. Tipped directly back over. Favada setting to Wiseman. No block, but was dug out. Carry. Nothing called there on that. Set up. Kill over this time. Ruggiero sliding to get to the ball. Kill attempt at the net. Off the hands. Out of bounds. Point California. Substitutions coming for both teams. Wiseman back to serve after getting the point. Ball up and over. Dug out by IUP. Setup. Kill attempt is successful. Unsuccessful. Into the net. Casey Meek with a critical error. California now down 2 points once again.
Now serving number 8, Kira Schmidt.
Schmidt back to serve. Ball up and over, dug out, and that will set IUP to match point. Timeout being taken by California. California needs to go on a run of at least 3 to have a chance. IUP just needs 1. Very hard to get 3 points flawlessly within this game. If you can hear the song, they got 1 shot for this. Everything's got to be critically correct for this Vulcan team. Quick timeout. Again, like I said earlier, a lot of playoff implication for this team. IUP just about a definite lock for the playoffs. California still up in the air. A lot of things needing to go for this team, including defending 1 more point. Last minute substitution. Meek coming out of the game. Lindenfelser in the game. Not just playoff implication, but bragging rights, as these are 2 rivals going head to head. With the serve is up and over, out of bounds. California hopes alive. Ruggiero going back to serve. Ball's up and over. Dug out. Set up. Kill attempt coming in. It lands. IUP will win the game. California does fall to the IUP Crimson Hawks. 22-25. Final overall score. 1-3 in favor of the Crimson Hawks. It has been a fun season here at home. A lot of stuff going good for this California team. Still has a chance at playoffs. If this is the last time you hear me on the mic for this 4 years, it's been fun. But this was the last home game. Thank you, everyone, for joining me and all the CUTV crew here on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network.